Hi everybody, Justin Archer here, aka The Posture Guy, coming to you live today from Chochanów, Poland, in the home where my beautiful wife, Ania Archer, aka The Posture Gal, grew up. We're out here in Poland visiting her mom, my mother-in-law, and doing some traveling around Europe. But I want to take a minute and make this video so Ania can share with you her story. Part of it is how we met and all that, but kind of her experiences with chronic pain, how she overcame it, and kind of what she learned along the way. So, usually I ask people what brought them to posture alignment therapy. Well, obviously that was me.
Yes, that's true.
But what more specifically, if you can share with the audience, what kind of pains were you having like when we first met?
Well, I used to have a lower back pain. I used to drive a lot. I spent 4, 5, 6 hours a day driving, and lower back pain anytime I left the car, and all the time I was in it.
And when we met and I started telling you about, what I did for a living, what did you think about it when I first gave you like your first set of exercises?
Well,
besides, he's good looking and all that.
Just besides
obviously.
That. And since I have a little bit of background in biology, I knew that actually makes sense what he says. And yeah, and all the exercises were easy to do and it made sense for me. So I tried it out, and as soon as I did them more than once, they worked and my pain got smaller and then it disappeared. Even though I was still driving as much as I used to drive.
Yeah, so just kind of a counter to your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And take this from a much smarter person than myself. She got a master's degree. As you all probably know, I'm not very well educated. I'm never blamed for having too many smarts, but this one is. So I married him above me. So what are some things that you learned, as you were feeling better? What are some kind of like aha moments that you kind of came upon as you were doing the exercises? And getting better and kind of having that lifestyle change?
Well, it definitely proved the way we live is influencing our body and how we feel. So anytime I felt better, I learned all the exercises I received from Justin, and with time I was able to adjust them even by myself. When I knew that something needs to be stretched, I knew which exercise works for me and just do it.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point. Lifestyle is a big factor. Your job, sports, activities, the things you do on a day-to-day basis. I've talked about this in other posts of mine, but form follows function. So if you're a construction worker, you're going to have a lot different repetitive motions than if you just worked at a desk or drove, in Ania's case, drove a car for how many hours of it was a day back then?
5, 6 hours
5,
a
6
day.
hours. We do a lot less, but since we've been traveling, we did a lot of sitting, airplanes flying from LA to Prague and taking trains and everything like that. And, I know a lot of people think, well, it's easy because, we're married and you have the posture guy at your disposal at any time. And yeah, she does, but one thing that's been kind of neat from my point of view to see is that as we've, since we started dating to getting engaged to getting married, and as time goes on, she'll still ask me for help, but I notice she'll take it upon herself to kind of string together a sequence of exercises. Now, they're ones that in the past I've taught her, but I didn't say do this, this, and this in this order. And I'll see her doing it, I ask her why, and she just says, because I like this one feels good for my shoulders, this one feels good for my back. And it's kind of cool to see the evolution of her just going, okay, I don't know what this does or how this feels, and putting the pieces together and kind of becoming her own postural therapist, her own, posture gal, so she doesn't need the posture guy as much.
Well, I still need you.
Well, she still needs me, but that's for other things. So yeah, no, it's definitely a lot of good lessons to be learned from that. Anything else before we wrap it up that you'd like to share with the audience? Maybe people that are currently suffering from chronic pain, whether it be lower back like yours, maybe they're driving a lot, similar situation or anything like that?
Just I would recommend them to find the time to make the lifestyle change and do the exercises, and that will definitely help you. That's what I think.
Yeah, definitely important to educate yourself. Take your time, go through a lot of the blog posts I'm putting up there, because I think the number one thing you can do is educate yourself. When you're uneducated about any topic, it's very scary. You don't know what to do. But if you can learn, oh my gosh, my low back's hurting, and the doctor says it's because I have a slipped disc or herniated disc or something, and you don't really know how that occurs or how to fix it, it's very scary. But I tell you, when I learned about it and when I taught Ania, and then you just look at, oh, you mean it's just because my hips underneath my spine and or my shoulders above my spine are out of alignment? That's why I have a herniated disc or a slipped disc or sciatic pain? Well, now it's not something scary. It's like, oh, I can do this 1 or 2 exercises and that corrects my hips, and maybe 1 or 2 more and that corrects my shoulders, and wow, the cause of that was my hips and shoulders being out of alignment, and the effect now from correcting those is my back feels better. Now that's a lot less scary. That's something, now it's within your power to change. So definitely a lot of good lessons, learned here from Ania's story, our story too. And I want to thank you for taking the time and watching this video, and look forward to seeing you inside the next video. All right, take care and keep moving.
Kisses we are putting at the end.
We are putting kisses at the end.
Oh, that's so sweet.